it's me, Ruowen Huang. I really start to realize why does people always curious why I laugh all the time. Somehow it even irritates some people. So let me tell you why. If you don't know why, try to speak to the screen. Just simply speak to the screen, right? It's you literally just talking to yourself, and then see how long you will last. So if you can last for a long time, congratulations. If you can last a long time without laughing, right? But aside from that, every time I want to talk to you guys and share something with you guys, I don't know if you guys share that, I'm able to kind of step out of my body and kind of view myself like a third-party perspective. So not only I can see this, I can also do that. So anyway, what I'm saying is like, I don't know how many times to say if I irritate you, seriously, just don't have to continue watching it, because obviously I'm not the one for you. And I've been saying this 1,000 times. There are so many great, broadcasters out there, so many people speaking your language, they are the one you want to seek for, not for you to try to change me, because I obviously am stubborn head like you too, not interesting to be changed if it's not time for me yet. So anyway, little bit rant. I cannot rant every day, but this is just my little bit rant. Before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about is a topic. It's basically a major topic I have last week, but this week I want to just simply share with you, even though I already write a big post about it, regarding to black magic or dark forces. The reason I group those two together, because they pretty much generate. The way they function, the mechanism is the same. The way you power them generating is the same too. So, no matter how you think about it, I group them together. Many people believe that's nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? Like, black magic, I never practiced black magic. That's nothing to do with me. And dark force, they think that's, I'm claiming it's not really the power, ever relate to me. So they don't think this is a topic they have to look into. The reality is, remember, if you listen to me for so many broadcasts, so many episodes, you must know we do not just exist one force. We alone is the balance of two forces. And then remember, I always tell you there's a dark side. You have to learn to embrace yourself. I had to embrace my dark side, right? So only to be accepting your good side, accepting your dark side, you're able to find a balance. Then balance is what most likely will ensure you to have a smoother ride of your life, basically. So dark force, black magic, whatever you call it, what I'm saying is everybody do have opportunity to get connected or have, encounter with it. So black magic, let me just use black magic or dark force, whatever. Black magic and dark force is just like every other force out there, need to be generated by power, need to be generated by power. So you will be wondering how it got generated. Very simple. Who's generator? You, right? If not, someone else is continue feeding that power. Very often that you guys see black magic, that you go into meeting a sorceress, is providing you a power or giving you a power. It's sometimes visible, sometimes invisible. It doesn't matter what it is. Very often there's an item if you're going to see a third party. Why? Because the item will help gathering, restore, basically store the energy, whatever the power that you were given to. So usually if you are seeking a third party help, that's usually you have something that able to attract or store the energy or power of it. So the best way I can come on my mind right now is like the Lord of the Ring, the precious ring, the precious the precious ring. Why? Because people continue feeding into it. Because if you have nothing, no item, no particular person, it's very hard for energy to be stored, right? So it doesn't matter how powerful the sorceress is and, how strong they are. Most likely the power, if is given by a third party without generated power continue feeding into it, the power itself will vanish between somewhere 3 to 7 days. Seriously, doesn't matter how powerful they are. It doesn't matter how powerful they are. But something had to feed into it. It doesn't matter how you feed into it. It can be little dose at a time, once a week, or, something like that. Remember, it based on 3 to 7 days. So if you continue feeding into it, so very likely you will grow this power. So whatever that is, back to what I'm saying is, everybody will have opportunity to encounter black magic. Maybe not black magic nowadays. Maybe it's more dark force nowadays, right? And then you will have opportunity to continue feeding into it and then generate it and keep it going or even grow it, because just like every other energy out there, if you nurture it little by little every day, you could come to a point that you can make a use of it. Does that make sense? So anyway, back to the dark force. What do we feed dark force? What power does he need to continuously growing or continuous, manifesting it? A lot of time people will say, like through regression, believe it or not, I see a lot of bizarre thing. And then there are times like people acquire black magic or dark force coming from a great intention to help, intention to find that world peace, intention to find that, So because that intention was so strong, they think there's no way I can be consumed by the dark force. You know what I mean? Because I come from the intention of the world peace. I come from the intention of, saving everybody. There's no chance I can, because that intention was good. So they believe there's no chance that have anything to do with dark power. This is another myth too. It is not so. Basically, if you have a greed, you have greed. Greed is kind of more like a desire. If you have a desire to make something happen, disregard whatever cost it is, even including sacrifice yourself, sacrifice your belief, sacrifice what you believe is true or something like that. If you have certain desire that willing to let you sacrifice even a little bit of who you are, what you believe, right? That desire is exactly what continuously power the dark force in you. So in turn, a lot of people just interpreted it as Satan's voice, demon in us, or something like that. But as I say, if you learn to embrace your dark side, this would not happen, right? Because you always checking within yourself. You always try to find that balance, so you continue checking in. Unlikely will make this happen. But what does this dark power do, or black magic do, is it have consistency, at least for me, consistency of patterning. There's patterning it shows is it make you believe you first a little bit better than other people. You may or may not say it out, but I am a little bit better than someone else, everybody else. So it's very important that I continue telling you guys it's okay to say I'm good. The moment you start saying I'm better, you are comparing yourself to someone else. Does that make sense? But anyway, try to exercise this, then you will start to know the difference, right? You can be good. I mean, sure, you can be confident saying, I'm good, but I'm better. Think about it. The moment you say better, you are comparing yourself to someone else, right? So that is usually the desire or patterning that you will see. Symptom 1. You believe you are a little bit better than someone else, but you also believe you're not good enough yet. I know it's very conflicting, but basically is I'm better than average, and then there is a greater power. There's a greater powers that, that I can reach. It's so close, but yet so far. So what it does is continue make you pursuing, like seeing that as your goal, and then continues try to go toward that direction. From where? From my good intention. So a lot of people, what I see people get lost is because I have good intention. But then I'm continue focusing on this direction to a point, eventually I lose what I believe. Like I forgot who am I or what am I. And I believe whatever it is I'm going to pursue, right? Is going to be the solution for my intention. So you guys all know how it goes. Eventually you will lose your track. Eventually you will lose who you are. And eventually you will be controlled by this power, like whether you are aware or not aware of it. Sad story, but whether you're aware or not aware, most likely you will be manipulated by it. Do you know what I mean? You'll be manipulated by it to go toward a direction, that you shouldn't be, or you shouldn't have gone, or what, right? So anyway, very few. Sometime along the way, people will cut themselves, they bring themselves back, do a lot of self-reflecting, but there are cases people get lost. People continuously go to that path for so long, they lost themselves, and then they simply believe that's what I need to do. They disregard everybody around them, disregard all the voice around them. They say, you don't know what I know, you don't know what I know, you don't know what I know. You will see that arrogance is really weird. Arrogant, but also low self-esteem happen at the same time because they know they are not there yet. But meanwhile, they think I'm better than those people, So whether you say or not say, your energy is there. So anyway, the reason I want to talk about this is, I did write a long post about it. So if you guys want to see more when my mind is a little bit more clear, I wrote it all down, and then hopefully for you guys to come back and then check it out. But there are consistency and patterning for you guys to follow. If you want to spot it, if you start to notice that I seems to be a little bit off track, don't worry about it. Don't panic about it. We all have dark side, we all. But it's good for you to continue checking yourself and making sure you are not feeding that desire power, the desire to be better. Sometimes some people will have that power struggle. Remember, it's one key test that we have to learn through one, if not many, our incarnation. But if nowadays you cut yourself feeling that or things like that, it's okay. What I'm saying is it's okay. We all have dark side. But how do we embrace it? How do we say, you know what? It's okay. You're good. Better, it's just not a word. You are good. You can be confident. You can feel good about yourself. Now, let's think about it. I understand my intention is good. And then I think about, okay, but what is the desire that is continuously feeding this? What is the desire in me that's continuously feeding in this? And use the positive side of you and see how can I help you? How can I make you feel better? And how can we work together, in a more harmony way? You know what I mean? So that's very likely would keep you on track, because a lot of time people come and ask me, how do I know, I'm not going off track? How do I know I'm not, going dark? How do I know? No, you don't. If I say if I give you a fixed question, then I'm literally lying straight on your face. No, you don't. But it does take you constantly reflecting yourself, constantly try to find a way to bring yourself to the balance mode, continuously release those, accumulations of frustration, anger, hate, or things like that in a regular basis for you to be able to find balance in your life. So anyway, this key thing, just try to talk about black magic, try to talk about dark force. Very important two things. It is something everybody will encounter sometime in life, or many times in life, especially if you're interested to evolve your spirits. Very likely you will deal with it all the time. Just to make sure you are on the right track, right? But that's okay. because now you understand what it is powered by. It's not powered by your intention, because there are many people who I deal with, they do have great intention. So it's not powered by intention, it's powered by desire. Now, take some time. If you're aware it's around you, and then you are aware, this is part of text you're dealing with, take some time to think about what is that desire? What is that desire that you try to, be better than someone else? Or what is that desire? Right? Look into it and then find a way to find a peace with it. Then very likely you will not have the same force that bother you in the regular basis. So another key point, you want to know how regular this force has to be powered by. It's usually between 3 to 7 days. If you no longer feed into it for a long time, you will start to realize how it's drifting away from you, and it doesn't come to your head in a regular basis. And as I always say before, how long does it take to create a new habit? 21 days. Hang in there. Do it every day. 21 days, you will realize how, it's kind of drifting away from me. It no longer occupies my head. So anyway, just a couple key points to share with you guys. And again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always, I know there's so many questions about this, but if you guys still have any question, leave it on, and I see if I can do another broadcast to clarify all the questions. But again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook, or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, next time. Bye.